Hello once again YouTube, Chris the Nightbringer here bringing you another StarMade station review. Today we are taking a look at the Delta Trade Station by FailedStarfish. Hopefully they don't fail too hard because this is actually quite a large station, right? It's pushing the boundaries, well not pushing the boundaries, but pushing it to the limits. This is almost as wide and as long as the length and width limit of the station contest in general. And I have to say, it's quite awesome. I like seeing a large station like this because it's spreading itself out over the entire area, and it's not just a massive structure. It's simple and thin. Delicate looking in some cases. Maybe not delicate looking, but it certainly looks spread out over its territory. And so we're going to be taking a look at it today. So exterior-wise, I have to say that the most interesting part of the station is definitely the central section, and we can kind of see why. There's a lot of ribbing here. This ribbing right here is actually really excellent, mostly because there's not only ribbing itself in general, which adds a layer, but there's a second bit of ribbing that is flush with the glass, which is really neat because it makes it seem even more structurally sound, which is really great. It does look like they've missed a few wedges on these corners here, and they definitely could throw those down. Ooh, got a nice checkerboard pattern or cross pattern underneath this, which is pretty neat. It looks like some sort of steel girders. Again, oh, that was a really weird effect. I thought there was wedges missing from this, and there's actually none. It's just the lights. Well, that's neat. Wow. Those lights are so bright, and I do have bloom on, but those lights are so bright that I didn't even notice they were there, and that's a really awesome effect, because it really outlines that shape with the white, defines that edge really hard. That's you know where the edge of that structure is, just because of those white lights that circle the landing platform. That's really pretty bright. That's nuts. What is this down here? Some sort of turret dock, I suppose. That's interesting. So I would like to say, I kind of think that there needs to be work done along these structures here. It does look like some of the wedges were misplaced, or not placed at all, I should say. But it does look like more work could be put into the outer arms that are stretching outward, and including the sections that they connect to at the very end. We have exposed turret docks, which aesthetic-wise aren't very pleasing to the eye. It kind of looks funky and, lazy, to be honest. I do like this stripe that's going down the center of it, right? It's at least breaking that up and giving another color to that, and, dividing that structure a bit. Again, some wedges could be used in some of these sections. I don't know if glass wedges were a thing, but I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah, I'm pretty sure glass wedges were a thing, considering all of that down there is wedged with glass. So we are going to head on in. There's a massive hole going down the center, but it's pretty straightforward, although I will say, again, unless this is the intended effect that the player or the designer was going for, I would say wedge this, but it does look like this was intended. It does look like this was intentional, because it would be pretty simple to wedge this, and it kind of does give it a nice effect. Some players before were trying to create some sort of cylinder shape, and this is, again, a cylinder shape, but it also gives it a really nice, radiator look. It's got fins of some sort. It looks like a machine more than a tank of some description. So let's fly in through this, what would be an airlock, I guess, a force field. And I have to say, there's some nice interiors in here. Got some fauna, right? Or is that flora? I think it's flora. My bad. I'm an idiot. So we got some flora, some fauna. Maybe there are animals in here. Maybe there will be. I don't know. And some interesting designs. I don't think there actually are any purple trees, but, they've made them, and that's pretty cool. Or maybe this is like some sort of massive purple spike or something. Who knows? Who even knows? They got, some blue trees over here, some crystal trees. They've got cactuses over here for the desert planet. So it looks like they're trying to emulate some of the biomes, and that's pretty neat. I do like, the fact that, from down here, they're actually quite huge, these cactuses. Let's real quick travel down this arm and see what's inside one of these outer structures. not much, not gonna lie. This definitely needs some work. A lot of, you know, monitors here and some other, you know, computer-related things, but this room is far too empty and far too long of a walk for just that. It's not entirely worth it for me to even ever go down there once I've seen it the first time. And we don't want that. We want players to, you know, use areas of the station for different purposes. I've just realized that the Plexon detonators are built into this structure here, and that's pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie, I do like that. There appears to be an elevator here, so let's travel down it and see where it takes us. Now this is, you know, a little bit more fleshed out. It's got some lighting, a lot of lighting, I should say. Some tables. There is a lot of empty space here where they could have done stuff, you know, more wedging, of course. But on top of that, you know, they could have thrown in a bit of variety in terms of what they placed down here instead of just these tables. Maybe different size tables, different types of chairs, or, you know, a bar or something. I mean, these people are just sitting down here and there isn't really much going on. I mean, once you get down here, what are you sitting here for? Is this a conference room? Is this a bar or a cafeteria of some sort? We don't know. There's no indication as to what the purpose of this room is other than the fact that people should be sitting at these tables, of which there are 4 of them. We do have the faction stuff here, or at least I think one of these monitors would be a faction module. I don't actually know. It's not that one, or this one, or this one. I actually don't know. What is this? Decorative computer. Yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere in here. One of those. I don't even know if the green computer monitors have the same texture. So, all in all, I'd say this is pretty interesting. I really like where they were going with it, but I think it needs a lot of work. Essentially, as for, you know, these outer arm sections, again, there's not enough of a reason for me to come down here if literally all that's down in this room is a single chair and monitors that don't do anything. The room is far too... Ooh, this is something I missed. Ooh, okay, we got some interesting ideas going on here. A dangerous walkway surrounded by lava. I will say that the lava is a bit overwhelming. It does need something more going on here than just a hallway with some simple ribbing going on. You know, the ceiling is kind of interesting, although I think that, again, is overused. Wow, okay. More ribbing, more lava, and this appears to be the actual central computer something. Did I completely miss this? Yes, this was a... Wow, okay, I did completely miss this. There seems to be 2 sets of elevators that go to 2 different places. Or maybe I just... Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so I completely went past this. So, again, there needs to be a lot of, you know, detail work. I'm not a fan of having systems exposed like this. That's just my opinion. It may not appeal to everyone, or apply to everyone, I should say. But... you know, they've done stuff like that already by putting up these gratings over the lava pit, right? Which is an interesting feature on its own, but having just pillars of shield blocks with the same rotating texture just gets a little boring. You know, they could have done a lot with this, and they didn't. You know, even up here, there's a chance to, you know, reveal all these blocks and their moving textures behind other things, such as the metal grate, or glass, for example, or ice. Anything you can think of that has transparency, you can use to potentially obscure what's going on behind it, and then build a structure around it, so that, you know, you only have to see it, you don't have to see this texture, you know, 50 billion times, you know, to get the idea that there's stuff going on. So, with that being said, I think the interior and the exterior need a lot of attention to, you know, some of the places they missed, you know, things that are exposed, that don't need to be exposed, a lot of places where detail could be added. For example, these arms and these structures out here definitely need the most attention. So I'm going to give it a 6 or a 7 for both interior and exterior space, you know. There's not enough of a purpose for me to walk down this corridor at all, to be honest. As overall effectiveness as a station, a trade guild station, I really like the fact that it's spread over such a large amount of space, albeit that space is kind of wasted by not having those useful rooms at the ends of these hallways, but nonetheless, I would like to see if, you know, stuff was put into these these rooms, I should say, interesting things put in these rooms, then it would definitely be a really cool concept. You know, it'd give purpose to the entire station as a whole, because honestly, I'm not entirely sure what I would do here. There's not a lot to do except walk around and go sit at a table with other people sitting at tables that have no idea why the table's there to begin with. So I'm going to give the effectiveness as a trade guild station based on aesthetics an 8 out of 10, but as a, actual functionality, 6 out of 10, because not much is going on. But I do like where it's going, so I hope the author, the builder, does more with it. Sorry if my voice has been cutting out a little bit there. I am very tired and I'm losing my voice. So that's the end of this episode. Subscribe for more if you want to see more of these station reviews as well as other things. And I will see you all for the next station review. That was Marinello. No, what am I saying? What am I saying? That was FailedStarfish with his Delta trade station, and I am sorry for saying that. That's how testament to how tired I really am. I will see you all next time.